Hello, and welcome to Day by Day True Crime Stories, the podcast where we explore a different crime or justice milestone from this day in history. I'm your host, Kona Gallagher, and today is May 11th. On this day in 2022, the cycling world was rocked by the shocking murder of 25-year-old professional cyclist Moriah Wilson in Austin, Texas. A rising star in gravel racing, Moriah's life was cut short in a senseless act of violence that would spark a nationwide investigation, an international manhunt, and a courtroom drama that captivated the public. Today, we're diving into the story of Moriah Wilson's murder, who she was, what happened that night, and how jealousy, obsession, and deception collided in a case that shook the endurance sports world. Let's get started. Moriah Wilson was born on May 18, 1996 in Littleton, New Hampshire, and raised in Kirby, Vermont. Her parents, Eric and Karen Wilson, were both athletes. Her father was a former ski racer, and her aunt, Laura Wilson, had competed on the U.S. ski team. Moriah followed in their footsteps, becoming one of the top junior ski racers in the region. She trained at Burke Mountain Academy, an elite ski school in Vermont that's known for producing Olympians. While studying at Dartmouth College, where she majored in engineering, Mo discovered cycling. What began as cross-training quickly became her new passion. After graduating in 2019, she joined Specialized, a major bike manufacturer, working full-time as a supply chain analyst while pursuing professional racing. Mo quickly established herself as one of the top gravel cyclists in the U.S. By 2022, she had already racked up wins at the Fuego 80K at the Sea Otter Classic and the Belgian Waffle Ride. She is widely considered a favorite in the upcoming Gravel Locos race in Hico, Texas. Described as kind, determined, and humble, Moriah had a reputation for lifting up those around her. Friends say she had a quiet confidence and a contagious smile. She was beloved not only for her athletic prowess, but for the warmth and generosity that she showed her peers. On May 11, 2022, Mo was in Austin, Texas, staying with a friend, Kaitlin Cash, in preparation for the Gravel's Locos race. That evening, she met up with Colin Strickland, a fellow professional cyclist whom she'd briefly dated during a break in his relationship with longtime girlfriend, Kaitlin Armstrong. Strickland and Wilson had ended their romantic involvement months earlier, but they'd remained friendly. According to police, Strickland had told Armstrong that he was no longer in contact with Mo, a lie that would later prove critical. Wilson and Strickland went swimming at Deep Eddy Pool, then grabbed food at Pool Burger before he dropped her off around 8:30 p.m. at Kaitlin Cash's home. Not long after, Cash returned and found Moriah on the bathroom floor, covered in blood. She had been shot 3 times, once in the heart and twice in the head. First responders arrived quickly, but Mo Wilson was pronounced dead at the scene. Nothing had been stolen, and there were no signs of forced entry. The scene suggested a targeted execution-style killing. Surveillance footage from a nearby home revealed a black 2012 Jeep Grand Cherokee circling the block and parking near the residence around 8:37 p.m. The car was registered to Kaitlin Armstrong. Austin police launched a full-scale homicide investigation. Interviews with Strickland revealed his prior relationship with Mo and his ongoing relationship with Kaitlin Armstrong. Investigators learned that Armstrong had access to Strickland's Apple devices and viewed messages between him and Mo. She had also reportedly tracked Mo using the Strava fitness app. Kaitlin Armstrong was brought in for questioning on May 12th, but was released due to a technical error on an unrelated warrant. By the time authorities attempted to re-interview her, she had vanished. Soon, investigators discovered that Armstrong had used her sister's passport to board a flight out of Newark, New Jersey on May 18th, bound for Costa Rica. In Costa Rica, Kaitlin adopted a new identity, Ari Martin. She altered her appearance by cutting and dyeing her hair and undergoing cosmetic surgery. She stayed at hostels in the remote beach town of Santa Teresa and taught yoga to tourists. U.S. Marshals traveled to Costa Rica to find her. Once there, they laid a trap. Marshals created a phony job posting for a yoga instructor and contacted several witnesses who matched Armstrong's description. Kaitlin Armstrong responded. On June 29, 2022, 43 days after Mo Wilson's murder, Armstrong was arrested at a Santa Teresa hotel. She was carrying around $6,000 in cash, multiple fake IDs, and her sister's passport. She was extradited to Texas and charged with first-degree murder. Armstrong's trial began on October 30th, 2023 in Austin, Texas. She pleaded not guilty. The prosecution laid out a detailed timeline using digital and forensic evidence. They showed surveillance footage of Armstrong's Jeep near the scene, ballistics matching her Sig Sauer 9mm pistol to the casings found at the scene, GPS and cell phone data putting her in the vicinity, and, of course, her attempt to flee the country and alter her appearance. Witnesses also testified to her growing jealousy in the days leading up to Mo's killing. One friend said Armstrong had previously said that she wanted to kill Wilson. Strickland himself testified, acknowledging that he had tried to downplay his connection to Mo, which may have inflamed Armstrong's suspicions. The defense argued that no one had seen Armstrong pull the trigger and pointed to the lack of DNA evidence tying her to the crime scene. But the circumstantial evidence was overwhelming. After just 2 hours of deliberation, the jury returned a guilty verdict. On November 16, 2023, Kaitlin Armstrong was sentenced to 90 years in prison with parole eligibility after 30 years. For Moriah Wilson's family, the verdict brought some measure of justice, but of course, no closure. In the courtroom, her parents described the pain of losing their daughter, a woman who had so much life ahead of her. In May 2024, the family filed a wrongful death lawsuit against Kaitlin Armstrong and won a $15 million judgment. The award ensured that Armstrong would never be able to profit from the crime in any way. No books, movies, or interviews. The cycling community also honored Moriah. The inaugural Ride for Mo, held in 2023, raised funds for scholarships supporting young women in cycling. Her hometown of Kirby, Vermont, created a memorial fund to celebrate her legacy and provide opportunities for female athletes. Mo Wilson's death also sparked conversations about online safety and the dangers of tracking technology like Strava, which investigators believe played a role in how Armstrong located her. Kaitlin Armstrong remains incarcerated at the Dr. Lane Murray unit in Gatesville, Texas, and has not publicly expressed remorse. Thank you for joining me on today's episode of Day by Day True Crime Stories. If you found Mo's story compelling, please subscribe, rate, and review this podcast. It'll help us grow. And be sure to join me again tomorrow as we explore another significant event in true crime history. Until then, stay safe and remember that behind every headline is a life worth remembering. Day by Day True Crime Stories is a Little Monster production.
Hey, you can do it!